What's happening, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the Carhee Show. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the show. What's happening? What's happening, guys? Welcome to the show. Man, shout out to the free crowd. Shout out to the free crowd. Y'all, I'm not going to mess around too much, man. I'm going to jump right on in this thing. Guys, have y'all ever dated, been in a relationship, or a marriage with a woman that thinks she knows everything? She thinks she knows everything and always want to throw up in your face her level of education, her level of friends. And you'll hear them say things like, well, I need you to be this way because I hang out with these type of people. You need to be able to mingle in these type of rooms. They're always hitting you with that kind of stuff. They don't value your opinion. They make your accomplishments seem like it's less than. And when you have these conversations with them, you notice little things like you'll make a comment and she'll go, I know. You'll make another comment, she'll go, not only that. You'll make another comment and she'll put something extra on it to make herself seem like she's smarter than you. Well, listen, guys, I put together 9 signs to tell if your woman underneath is a sociopath. Now, the first thing I came up with, guys, is she thinks she is superior. She thinks she is the smartest person in the room, which is not true. Most of the time, it's not true, guys. And even if it's true, 9 times out of 10, she is never the smartest person in every room. She's never the smartest person in every room, and she doesn't realize that. That's the sad part. But that's a telltale sign, guys. The number 2 thing is she ignores your feelings and other people's feelings also. She only cares about her own feelings. And for example, she'll start an argument. She won't acknowledge her part in the argument. She'll then turn right back around, place the blame on you because it's your fault. Make you apologize for it, even if it's obvious that she's the one that's in the wrong. She'll make light of the situation. She'll make light of the situation. If you have a little bit of fault in the argument, she's not going to acknowledge it. But if she knows that if she knows that she's totally in the wrong, she'll make light of the situation. She'll make it seem like you're overreacting because it's never her fault. She won't accept responsibility because in her world, everything is right. In her world, she's always the person that's at right and never at fault. The next thing, guys, is that she'll try to manipulate you by using compliments, by showering you with so many compliments. And on the surface, guys, it sound good. But underneath, that's ill will. These are the women that try to motivate you, like overly motivate you. They're always trying to tell you what kind of potential you got. And if you notice, they do this with everybody. They do it with everybody because they want to get everybody on their side. The main reason why they do it with you is to gain emotional control over you. It's to gain emotional control because they need that emotional support. Or they may need status or financial support. Whatever they see that they need value from you. Because once they get emotional control over you, you'll end up giving them money. You'll end up sitting there listening to all their crap all the time. You'll end up always being with them in their circles so she can show you all, so she can show you the value, show her friends the value that she see in you. They always want to do that, guys. This is the reason why they want emotional control over you, so they can control all aspects of your life. And does it manifest to them being attracted to you in the long run? That's the catch. That's the trick bag women don't understand. This type of thing does not, this type of control does not manifest to physical, mental, emotional attraction in the long run. It just don't. The fourth thing is this. They will focus all their attention on you. All their attention really, really quick. And then they expect you to focus your attention really, really quick on them. But if you notice, they'll take all of their attention and put it elsewhere. They'll take and really quick. It's almost like a hot and cold. 1 minute they're hot, next minute they're cold. So they'll take their attention and they'll go elsewhere with it. And because 1 minute they're smothering, next minute they don't even want to have nothing to do with you. Just as quick as they came, they will leave. And if you are emotionally attached to her really quick, then guys, you're gonna end up being heartbroken. Sometimes they'll lose your money. They'll do all kind of stuff, guys. They don't care. You'll be heartbroken. You'll be financially ruined. You'll be all that right quick, because they'll take that attention and they'll put it somewhere else, and they'll have different reasons. Where we're not equally yoked, we don't communicate well, or he was this, he was that. Before you know it, guys, and the reason will be you'll be sit there puzzled and confused. But that's the mind of a sociopath. They do that. And they'll all they're doing is justifying a reason why they're ready to leave, because you're probably of less value to them. Next thing, guys, number 5 is they don't feel any guilt. They don't feel guilt. They don't feel remorse. For example, a woman, she will pick a fight with somebody, and then you come over there, and this happens more often than not. I always tell guys, this happens more often than not. She'll pick a fight by running her mouth when she's not supposed to. You'll end up over there trying to defend her honor. Somebody gets shot, somebody gets put in jail, and she'll move on with no remorse, no guilt. She'll lose your money with no remorse. She'll wreck your car with no remorse. And like normal people, they just don't feel bad. They don't recognize their own fault. And they will they will make up a reasonable justification why they don't have to feel any remorse. That's just how it goes. Number 6, guys, they always have a hidden agenda. That's why you'll find women that fabricate these stories about their past relationship. Oh man, this guy treated me so bad. He did this, he did that. Oh, they make these long, drawn out stories. But if you really, cause I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to learn and listen to women how they fabricate stories and fabricate their lives, go over to Kendra G's Singles and listen at the woman explain about themselves and what they're looking for in their past. Guys, once she start digging into them and asking them more questions, a lot of time, their whole story, their whole description don't make no sense at all. It's all fabricated. And you can tell they just built in more and more in this story, and to the point where they start believing their own fabrication, guys. So they will do that. And you'll notice also is that they'll start talking about themselves when it comes to men and how much men adore them in a way that it just will not, it'll be nonstop. Oh man, he said that I was just so beautiful. He couldn't help but just stop and stare and just they'll do that all the time, guys. And granted, women do get a lot of attention, but some women will constantly talk about that. Because what they're trying to really do, guys, is they're trying to hide something from you. They're trying to hide something. And if you have a heavy attraction or you are emotionally attached, then guys, you're going to believe it. You can't put these stories in perspective. You can't see what she's trying to do to you. The next thing, number 7, guys, is they have inconsistent lives. Inconsistent and impulsive lives. They can tell everybody else what to do with their lives, but they can't fix their own. And sometimes women will look like they got their stuff together. They take care of their kids. They got this, and that. But if you really, really, really look deep, guys, their lives are in a mess. Their lives in a mess because they are very impulsive. Now, I'll say this. If your life ain't together and you try and look at hers, then guys, that ain't going to work. Matter of fact, if your life ain't together, you ain't gonna be trying to look. You ain't not gonna be trying to look at hers at all, because you're too busy worried about she might start to see you in a certain way and not want to be with you no more. That's 9 times out of 10 what's gonna end up happening. But if you really, really look close, they avoid commitments, avoid responsibility. They don't really keep their word. They avoid real responsibility. Like, they'll take care of the bare minimum. Man, taking care of the bare minimum, man, is not necessarily means you are a responsible person. That doesn't mean you're responsible. That means you're doing the bare minimum. Doing a little bit to keep from doing a lot. They'll end up borrowing money when they don't need to. And what I mean by that is like, well, I had to borrow money for such a. Well, why you borrow money? Because I ain't got it. Well, reason why you ain't got it is because you spending money that you shouldn't even be spending in the first place. How about you save that money? That way you don't have to borrow from nobody. A lot of them do. Everybody know women are emotional spenders and they are the biggest consumer. So there ain't no reason why women need to be arguing about that. And they indulge themselves in short-term gratification and pleasure. That's why they always taking trips, going out to brunch, eat all over the place. Look, they just have to massage their emotions, guys. And they massage their emotion through being impulsive. Next thing, number 8, guys, she's always in the middle of an issue. Always. If you're around a woman that she's always in the middle of family business, always getting into it with people at work, people at church, people, all her friends, if you always, and then before you know it, they back on good terms. Then they not on good terms. Then when she on good term with a friend, she on bad term with the people at church. When she on bad term with people at church, she on a good term with the people at work. When she on good term with the people on work and church, she back into it with a friend. It's always an ongoing thing. It's always her friend's fault. It's always her boss's fault. The whole world is against her. At times, she gonna start saying that you against her. All of that stuff. They always come with these believable stories. Especially if you got emotional attachment, they'll give you this way deep, charming story that, oh man, they did this, and man, they wrong, and I'm the one. They'll tell you all that, and the story sounds so good till you just gonna believe it. You just want to go along with it, guy. If you don't have emotional attachment, then you'll be able to take a step back and say, let me see, man, this chick getting into it with everybody. Every time you look around, she got to tell me about something somebody done to her. And a lot of that comes from guys is they hungry for attention. They obsessive about wanting attention and sympathy. Wanting that attention and sympathy. They obsessed with that. So this is another thing, guys. You can take a step back and just notice if she's getting into it with everybody. Number 9, guys, is she make the same mistake over and over. It's like she walking into a circle. She'll blame people, then they back on good terms. She'll blame somebody else. And by doing this, by blaming people, they don't take responsibility for their own action. That enables them to work on the things they need to work on to get better. Instead of doing that, they just constantly repeat the same mistakes. They'll quit one job, get a new job, but then a new job, it's an issue with that job. They'll get rid of those friends, and then before you know it, they got new friends and they got new issues. They deal with the same type of people because they're unwilling to learn, and they always want to blame other people, guys. They always want to blame other people. So that leaves them going in a circle and making the same mistake over and over again. Well, listen, guys, those are the 9 signs that your woman might be a sociopath underneath. So you need to take a step back and see if that's her. Shout out to the free crowd, guys. Shout out to the free crowd. Until next time, fam. Peace.